So, with the recent boom of social self-improvement, I don't know what I was going to say. With the recent boom of self-improvement on YouTube, I think that there is one aspect of things that isn't particularly talked about as much as it should be, and that is the fact that you should start early. Now, this idea is pushed; it's definitely not advocated against, but a lot of these people who are doing the self-improvement and financial things, and financial self-improvement, fitness self-improvement, all of these things, they are generally in their either mid to late 20s, like particularly with the poster boys being First Man and Hamza, or they're later, they're like 30s and 40s. We don't really have any self-improvement particularly focused large people, at least on YouTube, that really are like pushing to start early. If they are young, quite often what happens is they started early. They started at like 20, in either like late teens or early 20s, and they got rich really quick. They got lucky, basically, and that's not something you can bet on. But if you start at, I would say the earliest, at least financially, this is what I'm particularly talking about, at financial success, self-improvement. Starting early at probably 14 is when I would say it's probably a good idea to start. But before that, it's, I don't know, emotional maturity. You probably shouldn't be worrying too much about money at that age. If you have to, I'm sorry for you, but 14 is what I would say is generally the age I'd recommend really starting at. Start then. Let's say it takes you 10 years to build a successful business. You'll be 24. This is assuming you skip college, of course. But we'll get to why I don't even think that that's necessary with the model that I'm doing. 10 years from 14 to 24, assuming you skip college and you focus strictly on your business, you will be a 24-year-old guy with, let's say, it doesn't even have to be that successful, like a relatively successful business, 10K a month, which is like not a small amount of money, don't get me wrong, but 10 years to get to 10K a month, I don't think is too unreasonable. That's what, $120,000 a year. How many 24-year-olds are making $120,000 a year? Like none. I don't know what the statistic is, but it's probably top 1%. At least for 24-year-olds. It's not for everybody. For 24-year-olds, there's like nobody who's making 24%. And if you're doing all the other stuff, you're going to look good, you're going to feel good, you're going to smell good, you're going to probably have decent fashion ideas, you're going to hopefully have a beard, have good hair, your skin's going to be clear. You're going to be like a absolute like unit of a guy. Just dude. People would kill to be like that at 24. Right? Like, there is so much more benefit because with this you combine the ideas of like the black pill with the ideas of these self-improvement, which I'm not going to call the red pill, I'm going to call the black pill. These black pillars with the red pill. Because with red pill, one issue with black pillars, like particularly Wheat Waffles has with like, male advantage stuff is he thinks that you don't age well. He thinks that as you get older, you don't age like fine wine, that men don't really age well. Which I disagree with on most levels. Well, on most levels. But if you did happen to get successful at an early age, then that point is null, right? So if you start early, you can basically take advantage of all of the benefits that you would get from a self-improvement and a financial success story, and you can get all the benefits from being young. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Now we're transitioning into the second part of the video where I'm talking about eBay and reselling in general, because there are a whole bunch of different sort of ways that people try to get money and make money as young people. I think that eBay reselling is the best way, at least for me. There's, the biggest thing that I'm noticing on the internet right now is the SMMA, or the Social Media Marketing Agency, which I don't think is a bad idea. It doesn't require that much money to begin with, basically no investment. It doesn't really require an education. At most, you need to take a course on like Coursera or something. It will make you quite a bit of money in a relatively short amount of time, as far as businesses go, like probably at most take a year to get the business off the ground, really. And it's quite scalable. Like, you can very easily scale a social media marketing agency. My only issue with it is that if you're going to do a social media marketing agency, I don't really see myself doing anything else. Now, this could be a sort of a fallacy, some logical fallacy, because you don't necessarily have to do exclusively social media marketing, right? Well, whatever. But if you do social media marketing and you scale it, that is going to become your business, and that is going to become basically your life. You won't. You'll probably have free time. People have free time, but like, that is going to be how you make money. That's not necessarily how everybody wants to make money, nor is it how they want to make a living. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Nor is it how they want to live their life. Maybe that's not what they want to do for a job, all that type of thing. I guess I just sort of said the same thing 3 times in a row, but whatever. But you get my point. That's one issue with it. The other issue that I noticed is that you can't really do it sort of like part-time. It seems like, at least from the people that I've talked to people on Discord, I've seen the videos, it's something you're gonna have to email like hundreds of people. You're gonna have to probably cold call some people, and you're gonna not make that many. You're not really gonna have that many clients for the first probably year. You might be making. I know a couple guys that I've talked to are making $500 to $1,000 a month. It isn't great money after 6 or 7 months of really hard work with like a mentor. What if you don't have a mentor? I mean, you can get one, but like, this is not something that is going to instantly take off. Of course, a lot of the idea is delayed gratification, but I still think that there is a lot of potential with eBay reselling that people aren't really taking into account. Because with eBay reselling, this is one of the reasons, and I'm coming back to this now, you can go to college like full-time. You could probably double major and still do eBay reselling, because it doesn't take a crap ton of time. Now, if you're doing like an engineering major, or if you're doing something that's super work intensive, then yeah, I do think that it's going to be difficult to do eBay reselling. But you don't have to like have zero sleep with it, okay? Sure, it is going to take up some time, but you can scale things down extremely easily with eBay reselling. You just list less stuff. You'll make less money, but you'll also sell less stuff. You'll still be making some amount of money, and your business will still continue. It'll just stagnate for those 4 years. So you can basically graduate college, let's say, with a finance or an engineering degree, make $60,000 to $100,000 a year out of college, plus this eBay reselling thing, which even at a small scale, you can be making $10,000 to $20,000 a year. One, it's something you can fall back on if you happen to lose your job. Two, that's going to add $20,000, $10,000 or $20,000 to your income. That's like really good. It's an entrepreneurial thing that really doesn't require business skills that much. It's like not that difficult to do eBay reselling, especially on a small scale. And so why wouldn't you do it? I just think that there is so much potential with this, and nobody's really thinking about it. Now, yes, Hamza did talk about it, but he basically said that this was the way that it got him into business. It wasn't a passive income idea, because it's not passive income. But it's such a scalable thing that I really do appreciate. And there are other things you should do, like I'm doing the YouTube channel. Getting some amount of following is always great, because then you can sell things to your following. Basically, that's the reason. But I'm telling you, eBay reselling is just so fun and so good for so many people, and not as many people are doing as they should. I'll talk about in another video, I'll talk about how I don't think that the market is saturated whatsoever for eBay reselling. How I'm able to do well with clothing, even as a new reseller. And yeah, this is just how I'm going to keep going. It is 100% something that is viable, and 100% something you should, if you're starting out on your self-improvement journey, really consider it. Please.